Beacon Hill, one of the most recognized and notable neighborhoods in Boston, known for its brick-paved streets, beautiful Federal-style architecture, and famous residents both past and present. Walking through Beacon Hill, it's easy to see why so many people choose to live here. Vibrant Charles Street is home to numerous antique stores, gourmet food and wine shops, eclectic boutiques, and renowned restaurants. And of course, there's always the place where everybody knows your name. Beacon Hill is steps to several parks, including the Boston Common and Public Garden, as well as the Charles River Esplanade. Each 4th of July, the Boston Pops perform at the Hat Shell while fireworks light up the sky, which many residents in Beacon Hill can enjoy from their roof decks. On Beacon Hill, you'll also find the Massachusetts State House, simply gorgeous with its gold dome roof, which can be seen from various points throughout the city. To learn more about Beacon Hill, I recently met up with Alex Goldfeld, Boston historian, author, and tour guide. Let's hear what Alex had to say.
So we're here today at the Vilna Shul in Boston's Beacon Hill neighborhood. What can you tell us about this building?
Well, the Vilna Shul is the last remaining immigrant-era synagogue in downtown Boston. It was built in 1919 obviously for Jewish immigrants, and today it is no longer a synagogue so much as a museum of Jewish history and culture in Boston.
Okay. Beacon Hill is one of the most desirable neighborhoods in Boston in which to live, and given its rich history, I'm sure there's lots of little known facts that perhaps even the longest of Beacon Hill residents may not know. What are some of those little known facts?
Well, one that people are always surprised to learn is that Beacon Hill is not the oldest neighborhood in Boston. Throughout the 1600s and most of the 1700s, Bostonians really lived down by Boston Harbor in the North End and the Old South End, and Beacon Hill and Boston Common were really the backside of the town. But starting in 1795, some very influential Bostonians began to build houses here on Beacon Hill, and it turned into one of the most successful real estate ventures and one of the most beautiful neighborhoods ever built. And today it has the oldest buildings in downtown Boston, so it really feels like you're back 200 years ago.
And certainly walking through the streets, they're cobblestone paved, and there's lanterns everywhere, and who's to credit for that amount of preservation?
I'd like to say I was, but I wasn't there in 1955 when the Beacon Hill Preservation District was created, a historic district, the first in the country actually, and the mayor, the Beacon Hill Civic Association, and various historical entities in the area got together to try and save Beacon Hill and keep it, more or less the way it was when it was created.
You give tours all the time throughout Boston, and also specifically in Beacon Hill. For someone visiting the area, what are the top attractions that you would recommend they check out?
Well, one of the oldest buildings in Beacon Hill was opened in 1798, and that is actually the Massachusetts State House. And they give free tours there. It's definitely worth a look, and it was designed by the famous architect Charles Bulfinch. But some of the other buildings on the hill that you should check out would definitely be the Otis House Museum and the Nichols House Museum. Both of them will give you an idea of what upper-class Bostonians, how they lived 200 years ago. And I'd also recommend the Black Heritage Trail with the African Meeting House, which is today the oldest standing black church in the country.
Okay. Well, thanks very much for your time today.
Thank you.